Yo, welcome back to Eat, Sleep, Breathe, Hoops with your boy Nicky P. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all saw the thumbnail. That man, KG, one of the greatest players to ever lace him up, man. I got him low-key top 20, 25 all time. Not even power forward. He top 5 power forward. But all time, I got him top 20, 25 at least. But let's dive into it. That sound, that primal, guttural, ferocious roar. That was the soundtrack to a revolution. That was the heartbeat of a player who didn't just enter the league, he assaulted the league. He changed the very DNA of what a big man could be. Tonight, we take a deep dive into the fire, the passion, the unparalleled intensity of Kevin Garnett. To understand KG, you must start in Malden, South Carolina. His upbringing was marked by hardship. His parents separated when he was young. He helped raise his younger sister while his mother worked long hours. He was tall, yes, but painfully skinny. He was taunted all the time, called a freak. But on that court, he found his sanctuary. And in that sanctuary, he forged an identity built on two things: relentless work and ferocious pride. He didn't just want to play, he needed to dominate the game, dominate his opponent physically and mentally, to prove every single doubter wrong. That fire was lit in the crucible of those South Carolina playgrounds. His high school days at Malden High and later at Farragut Academy in Chicago are the stuff of legend. At Farragut, he became a national phenomenon, a 6'11" player who handled the ball like a guard, shot from outside, and passed with vision, and blocked shots into the third row often. He was a basketball unicorn before the term ever existed. He averaged 25.2 points, 17.9 boards, 6.7 assists, and 6.5 blocks as a senior. Rewind that if you need to hear it again, and if you got it, just let that sink in for a minute, because it ain't no typo. It was a declaration. The old rules did not apply to him. In 1995, bypassing college, he took a leap of faith, and the Minnesota Timberwolves selected him 5th overall in the draft. The last high school player drafted before him was none other than Moses Malone back in 1974. KG wasn't just a prospect, he was a paradigm shift. His early NBA days were a blend of breathtaking potential and raw, unrefined fury. He was a 19-year-old kid living in a hotel, trying to guard men like Karl Malone and Charles Barkley. The physical punishment on a nightly basis was insane, but you could see it. The way he sprinted the floor, the way he demanded the ball on the block. Even in his moves, he was still developing. The way he screamed after a dunk or a block. In his second season at age 20, when most cats are still in college, he went to his first All-Star game. He wasn't just participating, he was announcing his arrival onto the scene. And then in Minnesota, he morphed. He didn't just become a star, he became an entire ecosystem with an unstoppable skill set. Offensively, KG redefined the power forward position. He had the footwork and touch of a center, back when when that was demanded from the center position. And a devastating turnaround jumper over either shoulder, his signature shot. He had a ton of post moves, could hit from outside, deep mid-range, every once in a while step outside and knock a three down. But he also had the handles to lead a fast break after a rebound. He was a sublime passer, vastly underrated. Perhaps the best passing big man since maybe Bill Walton. And, I throw Shaq in there too. Operating from the high post at a fulcrum of the offense. He could face up, put the ball on the ground, glide past lower defenders. He was a 7-foot point forward trapped in the power forward's jersey, averaging over 5 assists per game for 5 straight seasons at his peak. Defensively, he was a force of nature. This is where he didn't just change a position. He changed how defenses were played altogether. He was the original defensive quarterback. He possessed the agility to switch onto guards on the perimeter, the strength to battle centers in the post, and the basketball IQ to diagnose plays before they even happen. LeBron gets praised for that a lot all the time. KG had that same thing. He directed traffic, called out screens, and covered for his teammates' mistakes. He wasn't just a shot blocker, he was a shot deterrent. His mere presence in the paint altered offensive game plans. He won the Defensive Player of the Year award in 2008, but he was playing at the level for a decade prior. But stats and skills only tell half the story. The other half is his mentality, man. KG's mental approach to the game was borderline crazy and was a form of controlled insanity. He went to war every single night. The chest pounds, the head butts, all of it. The endless trash talking, chatter that got inside opponents' heads. He famously said, "I bleed green, I sweat green, I spit green." In Minnesota, it was blue and green. This wasn't an act. It was an exorcism of every slight, every ounce of adversity he ever faced. He played every practice like a Game 7. He demanded the same from his teammates as well. He held them all accountable with a scorching, sometimes terrifying intensity. He was the ultimate teammate and the ultimate antagonist, all in one. He didn't just want to win, he needed to break your will. In Minnesota, he carried the franchise on his back for 12 years, with very little help outside of a couple occasions. The 2003-04 season was his masterpiece. MVP, 58 wins, back when the West was ridiculously crazy. Trip to the Western Conference Finals. He did everything, dominate the league in rebounds, always become one of the top scorers, a great passer from the big man position like we were just alluding to a little earlier, and anchoring the defense. He was a one-man army that everybody else fed off of. But the organization's failures to surround him with sufficient talent left his heroic efforts in vain, especially when he was in the Western Conference going up against the likes of the Kobe and Shaq Lakers and the Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker Spurs. That's tough. The big ticket sold out every night, but the championship ring remained elusive. Which brings us to Boston in 2007, a trade that shook the NBA landscape. And just to backtrack a little bit, some of y'all may know, some of y'all might not know, KG was like a handshake away from going to LA and teaming up with Kobe. I got some inside information from some folks I know on that. So, but yeah, KG and Kobe were almost, wearing that purple and gold together. That would have been crazy too. But he ended up going to the rival Boston Celtics in 2007. And that trade, swept the NBA by storm. KG paired with Paul Pierce and Ray Allen. Here, his evolution completed its final perfect stage. Under the tutelage of Bill Russell, he had to scale back his offensive numbers, but in doing so, he became the absolute soul of the Celtics. He transformed their defense from mediocrity to historically great overnight. He instilled that championship mentality, that defensive obsession, into the entire culture. His famous line, "Anything is possible," screamed in tears after winning the 2008 championship, is one of the most iconic moments in NBA history. In that moment, you saw the release of 13 years of frustration, grinding, hard work, showing people who you are and becoming one of the best in the league and one of the best ever. The validation of a lifetime of work and war all came to fruition when he got that ring. He got that championship not as a passenger, but as a defensive engine and emotional heartbeat of a legendary team. So where does he rank? Like I was just alluding to earlier, man, one of the greatest power forwards, top 5 power forwards of all time. Undoubtedly one of the 75 greatest of all time, as you see on that list. And in my book, one of the top, 20 to 25 players of all time. But he was more than that. He was the prototype for the modern versatile two-way big man. Players like Anthony Davis, Giannis Antetokounmpo, even Joel Embiid when he's healthy. They all have strands of KG's DNA in their game. The skill, the defensive mobility, the intensity. His Hall of Fame career is a testament to a different kind of greatness. It wasn't just about longevity or stats, though his numbers are staggering. Over 26 thou with the scoring, 14,000 rebounds, over 5,000 assists. Ridiculous, man. And I need to go look up the blocks too. It was about impact. He impacted the game with his style of play. He impacted his teammates with his relentless standard. He impacted fans with his undeniable, authentic passion. Kevin Garnett didn't just play basketball. He was a catalyst, a warrior, a revolutionary. He was a living embodiment of heart, sweat, and soul poured onto the hardwood. He was the proof that greatness isn't just measured in points or rings. You got to cut that film on and see that heart that a player really plays with, that goes far beyond the numbers. He was the big ticket and the show that was always, always worth the price of admission. Once again, it's your boy, Nicky P. You're tuned in with Eat, Sleep, Breathe, Hoops. And until the next one, go ahead, comment, subscribe, like, share with your friends, and watch again. Peace.